I came downstairs to hand my husband divorce papers. I tripped. He caught me. And suddenly, I could hear every filthy thought in his head.
She touched me. God, she touched me. 2 years of keeping my hands off her and she falls into my arms, smell like vanilla, in trouble. Don't pull her closer. Don't. You'll scare her.
I froze against Damien Blackwood's chest, staring up at the most expressionless face in Manhattan. His mouth hadn't moved, not even a twitch. But that voice, low, rough, starving, was unmistakably his.
You okay?
He asked. Flat, polite, the same tone he used with his driver.
I'm fine.
I squeaked, snatching back the folder before he could see the word divorce printed across the front. And my eyes betrayed me, snagging on the outline of his abs through his half-buttoned shirt.
She's staring at my chest? Is she staring at my chest? Stay still. Do not flex. Okay, flex a little.
I choked on air. 2 years ago, our families arranged this marriage like a corporate muger. I saw his photo and said yes before my mother finished the sentence. Then I moved into his penthouse and discovered I'd married a marble statue. No kissing, no touching. If our hands brushed over the coffee pot, he recoiled like I carried the plague. Meanwhile, the tabloids screamed, CEO Blackwood's midnight rendezvous with mystery blonde. Damien Blackwood, Wall Street's coldest husband, Manhattan's hottest cheater. So yes, divorce papers. So yes, divorce papers. A girl has her pride. Except now my untouchable husband was toweling his damp hair, walking away from me, and his head was screaming.
Kane Foster asked her to drinks again. I saw the message on her lock screen. If that smug little analyst puts one hand on my wife, I'll bury him in the Hudson. Calm down. No. She can choose her friends. She doesn't belong to you.
I chugged a glass of ice water. It did nothing.
He paused at his study door, his back to me.
There's a gala tonight. The Blackwood Foundation. Spouses are expected.
Pass, I said automatically. I needed to lie down, possibly forever.
He turned, crossed the room.
Sat beside me on the couch, close enough that I could smell cedar and something darker underneath, something almost wild.
Come with me. Please.
His face, a glacier.
Say yes. Say yes. Kane will be there. I am not letting her stand in a room full of men in a backless dress while I smile at investors. I'll carry her there if I have to. Why is she hesitating? Is it him? Is it...
Fine. I shot to my feet. I'll go. Stop looking at me like that.
Like what?
He asked, perfectly blank.
She's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And she's leaving me. The papers in her bag. I saw them 3 days ago. Divorce. She's divorcing me. And I have 11 hours to change her mind.
My stomach dropped through the floor. He knew. He'd known for 3 days and he'd said nothing, and inside that beautiful frozen sculpt of his, my husband was quietly falling apart. I should have felt guilty. Instead, possessed by something reckless, I reached out and pressed my palm flat against his stomach. Hard muscle jumped under my hand. Damon went absolutely still. His hand snapped over mine, pinning it there.
Sienna,
His voice dropped an octave.
what are you doing?
I'm your wife, I said. Can't I touch you? With way more confidence than I felt.
For 3 full seconds, his mind went completely, terrifyingly silent.
Then, one thought, soft as a confession.
If she finds out what I really am, she'll run. They always run.
What he really is. I yanked my hand back like his abs were a stovetop. Damien's jaw tightened. Outside nothing, inside a wounded howl.
Too fast. You scared her. Idiot.
I have calls.
He said, standing, armor back in place.
The car comes at 7. Wear whatever you like.
Wear the green one. The green one ruins me.
He disappeared into his studio. I sat there clutching a couch cushion like a life raft, running diagnostics on my own sanity. Option 1, I was having a very specific stroke. Option 2, I had genuinely, inexplicably started hearing my husband's thoughts the moment I touched him. I tested it through the door. Nothing. Apparently there was a range. I crept closer to the study, pressed my ear near the wood, and got hit with...
Can't postpone the board meeting again. Marcus is circling. If he finds out about the condition before the shareholder vote...
A pause, then helplessly derailed.
Vanilla. Her shampoo is vanilla. Focus, you pathetic!
I backed away, cheeks flaming. Here was the thing nobody knew about my marriage. I could have lived with platonic. Honestly, having a 6'3" work of art wander the penthouse shirtless every morning was its own kind of compensation package. What I couldn't live with was the humiliation, the headlines, the pitying looks at brunch, my mother forwarding me articles with the subject line, "Sweetheart, blink twice if you need a lawyer." But cheaters didn't recoil from their wives like nervous altar boys. Cheaters didn't memorize their wives' shampoo. Something didn't add up. And now I had a cheat code. At 7, I came downstairs in the green dress. Damien, adjusting his cufflinks, looked up and short-circuited. His face stayed carved from stone. His brain made a sound I can only describe as a dial tube, followed by...
I'm going to die at this gala. Cause of death, my own wife. The obituary will be embarrassing.
You look adequate.
Adequate?
You look like the reason men start wars.
Adequate.
And opened the car door for me. And I spent the entire ride watching the most composed man in New York stare out the window while internally composing what I swear was poetry about my collarbone. His phone buzzed. He glanced at it. His thoughts went sharp and cold as a blade.
Marcus moved the vote up. He knows. Somebody told him about the condition. If I lose control in front of the board, if it happens in public, everything grandfather built goes to that vulture.
Bad news? I asked innocently.
Nothing important.
His voice was smooth as poured concrete.
If Marcus exposes me, the company is the least of it. They'll come for her too. They'll use her. I should have let her divorce me a year ago. I should let her go now. I can't. God help me, I can't. One more month. Just give me one more month of her.
I looked at my husband, at his perfect profile, the streetlight sliding across it, and felt the divorce papers in my bag turn to lead. What condition? What could a billionaire with a face like that possibly be hiding that was worse than the tabloids already printed? The car stopped. He came around and offered me his hand, and when I took it, warmth shot up my arm and his eyes did the thing again, a flash of gold, like an animal's eyes, catching headlights.
Stay close to me tonight.
He said quietly. It didn't sound like a request, it sounded like a warning. The gala never happened, at least not for me, because at 9 a.m. the next morning, my mother called while I was still tangled in my blankets, alone in my separate life.
Sweetheart, the photos from last night are everywhere.
You two looked radiant. So when am I getting grandchildren?
Mom.
I'm just saying, a man who looks at you like that?
Like what? He looks at me like I'm a quarterly report.
Honey.
He looked at you like a starving man looks at a steak.
The Post ran it with the caption, "I've had it framed."
I hung up on her, which is our family's love language, and stared at the ceiling. The truth was, the gala had rattled me. Every time another man so much as greeted me, Damien's thoughts went from chamber music to war drums. When Kane Foster, the new star analyst at Blackwood Capital, all dimples and zero boundaries, kissed my hand hello, my husband smiled politely while his brain produced a detailed, itemized plan for relocating Kane to the company's office in Antarctica. We don't have an office in Antarctica, his own mind countered. We'll open one, he replied to himself. And yet at the end of the night, he'd walked me to my bedroom door, said,
Good night, Sienna.
and retreated to his own room like a knight honoring some vow I'd never asked for.
Don't look at her lips. Door. Close the door. 2 years of discipline, don't you dare!
The man was a fortress, and I was beginning to suspect I'd been the one who built the walls. I just couldn't remember how. So today, I was going to his office. Officially, to discuss investments, a word I planned to say while holding a folder. Unofficially, to stake my claim, test my range, and figure out what condition and what Marcus and what they always run meant before I signed away the strangest, most promising marriage in Manhattan. I picked my most devastating skirt, for research purposes. Blackwood Capital's lobby was a cathedral of glass and ego.
The receptionist's eyes went wide.
Mrs. Blackwood! And I sailed toward the private elevator like I owned it, which, technically, in the event of a divorce settlement, I partially would. The elevator climbed. Somewhere around the 40th floor, the radio in my head crackled to life, which meant my husband was close.
Third coffee today and it tastes wrong. Bitter. Metallic. Why is it so hot in here? Focus. The Hendrix merger.
His thoughts staggered, blurred, like a record skipping.
Something's wrong. My skin is burning. It's 3 weeks early. It can't be happening now. Not here.
The elevator doors opened on the executive floor. His assistant, a nervous young man named William, materialized in front of me like a goalkeeper.
Mrs. Blackwood, what an unexpected... Mr. Blackwood is extremely indisposed. Occupied.
I'll wait inside.
I said, stepping left. He stepped left.
The lounge has excellent pastries.
William.
He gave strict orders. No one enters, especially
me?
Through the heavy office door, I heard a woman's voice, syrup sweet.
Mr. Blackwood, you're burning up. Let me help you out of that shirt. And then my husband's thoughts hit me like a freight train, ragged and desperate.
Get her away from me. Her hands. Wrong. Everything's wrong. Coffee. Someone put something in the coffee. I can't hold it back. Sienna. I need Sienna. No, she can't see me like this. She can never see me like this.
I shoved past William and threw open the door. My husband was on his knees. Damien Blackwood, the Ice King, the man who hadn't touched me in 2 years, knelled in the wreckage of his own office, shirt torn open, chest heaving, gripping the edge of his desk so hard the mahogany had cracked under his fingers. His eyes found mine across the room. They were gold, molten, inhuman, wolf-bright gold.
Sienna. Run.
His thoughts hit me at the same instant, deafening.
Mate. She's here! No. Get her out. If I touch her now, I'll never let her go.
I did not run. The syrup-voiced intern, Lacey, according to her badge, stood frozen with a coffee cup in her hand and zero plausible explanations on her face. He spilled his drink. I was only trying to help out, I said. Mrs. Blackwood, I really think out. I didn't recognize my own voice. Neither did she. She fled, heels clattering, and William hauled the door shut behind her with the expression of a man updating his resume in real time. I crossed the room slowly, the way you approach something wild. Up close, Damien was furnace hot. Sweat at his temples, every muscle locked. The veins in his forearms stood out like cables. And I stared. Were those fangs pressing against his lower lip?
Don't come closer.
Come closer, please. Her scent is the only thing that doesn't hurt.
You are the worst liar, on the inside. His gold eyes flickered with confusion, but he was too far gone to chase it. I knelt in front of him, reached out. The second my palm touched his jaw, he shivered a full-body tremor and turned his face into my hand, like a dying man finding water.
Drugged. The coffee. Wolfbath and silver nitrate has to be forced the shift early. Marcus did this. He wants me to turn in front of the cameras at the board meeting.
The strategy dissolved into something rawer.
She's touching me. She's not running. Why isn't she running? She's so soft. 2 years. 2 years I've slept one wall away from her and...
Damien, I said carefully, what are you? His human eye color fought back through the gold, gray storming through. When he spoke, it was barely a whisper.
You already know what I am. You've known for 30 seconds. And you're still here. Why are you still here?
Because I'm your wife. Apparently in sickness and in health covers whatever this is. A sound escaped him that was half laugh, half groan. Then his head snapped toward the window, nostrils flaring, and his whole body coiled.
It's coming. The shift. 30 seconds. Get her out. Get her out. Sienna!
He seized my shoulders, and his hands were shaking.
Listen to me. There's a black card in my desk. Take it, take the car, go to the penthouse, and lock the steel door in the wine cellar from the inside.
The wine cellar has a steel door?
It's not a wine cellar.
Out! Sienna! Out! Please.
One's cracked. He doubled over with a snarl that no human throat could make, and silver-black fur rippled up his forearms like spilled ink. His last human thought reached me, anguished and crystal clear.
Don't let her see the monster. Anything but that. She'll look at me the way she did, the way everyone...
And then my husband was gone. In his place, filling half the office, stood an enormous black wolf with my husband's storm grey eyes, staring at me in absolute terror. Here is what they don't tell you about discovering your husband is a werewolf. The paperwork doesn't cover it. There's no clause. I checked our pre-new later. Nothing. The wolf, Damien, backed away from me until he hit the bookshelf, knocking down a framed photo of our wedding day. He was enormous, shoulders level with my libs, fur so black it ate the light. A creature built to be feared. He was trying to make himself smaller.
Don't scream. Please don't scream.
His thoughts still came through, rougher now, simpler, like a voice through deep water.
Window. I'll go through the window. 40 floors. I'll survive it. Probably. Worth it.
If you jump out that window, I said, I am divorcing you. The wolf froze mid-slink. That's right. I pointed at him with all the authority of a woman who had completely lost control of her life. I know about the papers. You know about the papers. And I am telling you, the only thing that gets signed today is your apology for hiding. £200 of this from your own wife for 2 years. I gestured at all of him.
She's scolding me. I'm a 900-year-old bloodline apex predator and she's scolding me.
A pause.
Why do I like it?
I sat down on the ruined carpet right in the middle of the wreckage and pad the floor next to me. He didn't move for a long moment. Then, slowly, one massive paw at a time, with the dignity of a CEO and the guilt of a dog who ate the couch, my husband crossed the office and lay down beside me, leaving 6 careful inches between us. I closed the gap. I buried my hand in the fur of his neck, and the sound he made, a low, broken rumble, vibrated through my whole body.
2 years. 2 years I dreamed about her hands.
Came the thought, almost too quiet to catch. I said, my throat suddenly tight. Okay? Talk. Well, think. Loudly. Start with who drugged you. Start with who drugged you. And in the strange grammar of a wolf's mind, images, scents, flashes, he showed me. The bitter coffee. His cousin Marcus's smile at last month's board dinner, too wide. An old law of their world. A shifter exposed before humans full-fits everything. His seat, his territory, his pack's protection. Marcus didn't need to beat Damien in a vote. He just needed him to turn into a monster on camera, 3 days from now, at the shareholder meeting under the full moon. And the condition? I asked. You keep thinking about a condition. The wolf's ears flattened. The images that came next were older. A girl, years ago, before me. Gold eyes glimpsed in the dark. A scream, the word monster echoing down a marble hallway. And a boy of 17 learning to build walls no one would ever climb again.
They always run.
He thought. I'm sitting in the splash zone of a literal werewolf. I said, in a skirt that cost more than William's salary. Do I look like I'm running? Grey wolf eyes studied me side-eyed.
No.
He admitted.
You look adequate.
I knew that was a compliment. A sound came out of the wolf that I realized, with wonder, was laughter. And there, on the floor of a destroyed corner office, leaning against my husband's heartbeat, I made a decision that was probably insane. I wasn't signing anything, not until I'd dealt with Marcus. The tabloids, the intern with the convenient coffee, and the small matter of falling for my own husband 2 years late. My phone buzzed, then again. Then 6 more times. Payne Foster, the Boundary and Views analyst.
Mrs. Blackwood, you left the gala early. Everything okay? I have something special for you. Trust me. You'll love it. It'll fix your marriage problem.
The wolf read it over my shoulder. The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees.
Antarctica. We open the office Monday.
My husband thought, with terrifying calm. By the next morning, Damien was human again, suited again, and pretending none of it had happened. Except now, every time he passed me in the kitchen,
She stayed. She stayed. She stayed.
I was on my way to deal with Kane and his something special when a girl ambushed me outside the building. Mrs. Blackwood, 2 minutes, please. Lacey, the coffee intern. The audacity of her, standing on the sidewalk in a trench coat with the haunted expression of a Victorian ghost. You have negative minutes. You drugged my husband. I know! I mean, I didn't know what it was. A man gave me the vial and the words just... She squeezed her eyes shut, took a breath, and then her whole demeanor changed, like an actor stepping into the light. Her chin lifted. Her voice turned poisonous. You think marrying Damien makes you somebody? He's never even touched you. The whole city knows. Be smart, sign the divorce, and clear the way for a woman who can actually... A bolt of lightning came out of the cloudless sky and struck her. I'm going to repeat that because I needed a moment too. A bolt of lightning, out of a clear blue sky, struck the Tidewalk girl, leaving her smoking gently, hair standing in all directions, otherwise unharmed. I asked the sky, do terrible people actually get smeated now? Because I have a list. It's the contract, okay? I'm cursed.
Last year I made a deal. A witch, a bar in Brooklyn. I was very drunk and very broke. I signed something called a narrative service agreement. Now I'm contractually obligated to play the other woman in 3 marriages or I forfeit my soul.
Standard terms, apparently. Every time I go off script, that happens.
The drugging wasn't in my script. Marcus Blackwood blackmailed me into that part. He knows about my contract.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your husband fired me, slapped 12 NDAs on me,
And honestly, fair. I stared at her. Smoke curled off her shoulders. Somewhere in my purse, my divorce papers sat unsigned. My husband was a wolf, and now witches were real and ran predatory gig ectomy schemes. How many scenes do you have left? Her eyes went huge and wet. 3. Just 3 scenes and I'm free. But they all require him, or someone with his scent. And he'll literally throw me off the building, and I can't blame him.
she grabbed my hands.
You smell like him. Wait. You smell like him. Wait, that's weird. What I mean is, the contract just needs the scent and the lines. It can't tell the difference. You could play his part. 3 little scenes, and I'm out of your marriage forever. I swear on my smoking trench coat. You want me to roleplay as my own husband? While you seduce me? When you say it like that, it sounds insane. It is insane! Mrs. Blackwood? She bowed so low, her singed hair flopped over. Please, you're married to a werewolf. Your bar for insane should be adjustable. She had me there. I sighed, pulled out a card for my family's private clinic. Get the burns looked at first, and watched her clutch it like a holy relic. Against every instinct of self-preservation, I said, fine, 3 scenes, but we do them where my husband will never see, because if he catches me being seduced by the woman who drugged him, no contract in any realm will save either of us. Lacey beamed through the stut. You won't regret this, narrator voice somewhere in the universe. She would regret this immediately. That night, Marcus Blackwood's name lit up Damien's phone at dinner. I watched my husband answer with perfect courtesy, and underneath it one thought, cold as a blade leaving its sheath.
Full moon in 2 days, cousin. Let's see which of us is the monster.
The Blackwood Foundation's pre-vote reception was a glittering circus. 200 shareholders, a string quartet, and enough champagne to float a yacht. I walked in scanning for threats, and found the biggest one immediately. My mother, in red, telling a senator's wife about my wedding. She seized my arm.
There you are. Why didn't you arrive with Damien? He's been here half an hour looking like a man whose wife is missing. It's wonderful for the photos.
Across the ballroom, Damien stood surrounded by sycophants, nodding at intervals. The moment I entered, his head turned before he could have seen me, before anyone could have. And his thoughts brushed against mine, like a hand at the small of my back.
Vanilla. There she is. Now I can breathe.
I was not going to survive this marriage. The divorce wouldn't kill me, staying would. Mom, I need to...
Black stockings? What? You heard me. 2 years, no grandchildren. I did the math, sweetheart. The problem is strategy. Your grandmother always said a man is a fortress, and a fortress falls to patience, siege, or black stockings.
She sipped her champagne.
We don't have time for patience.
He's not a fortress, Mom. He's a werewolf with a tragic backstory and a homicidal cousin. Shy.
Shy.
She looked across the room at my husband. She looked across the room at my husband, 6'3" of bespoke menace, who chose that exact moment to glare at a waiter standing too close to me.
Yes, a timid little lamb. Stalking, Sienna.
She drifted off toward the senator. I made it 3 steps toward the dessert table before someone barreled into me. Lazy, in catering staff disguise, eyes wild.
Mrs. Blackwood, scene 1 is triggering now. I can feel it. It's like a sneeze. I can't hold it. The contract picked tonight. The garden, 5 minutes, please.
Here? He's here. His sense of smell is here. Do you know what a wolf's hearing range? It's the garden or the lightning, and I am not getting struck twice in 1 week. I have a palm! Which is how I ended up in the hotel's back garden, under a trellis of fairy lights, preparing to impersonate my own husband, while his actual voice drifted from the ballroom, giving a toast about integrity and family legacy. Lacey shook out her arms like a boxer.
Okay, the contract will feed me lines, just respond as him. Be cold, be devastating. You've lived with him 2 years, channel it.
Cold, devastating, got it. Her posture changed. The script took her. She swayed toward me, voice honeyed.
Mr. Blackwood. Mr. Blackwood, you shouldn't keep meeting like this. If your wife finds out,
I said in my deepest register, my wife is the most beautiful woman in Manhattan, and you smell like a coffee crime.
stay on script.
Lazy hissed through her teeth, then melted back into character, clutching my lap.
I know you feel it too. Leave her. Tell me you'll leave her.
Every cell in my body objected. The contract apparently required audible dialogue, so I gritted out, sure. Whatever you say.
Say you like me.
I like you, with the warmth of a tax notice.
Is that so hard?
Lacey whispered, off script, eyes shining.
1 down, 2 to go. You're a natural. You sounded just like...
The garden lights flickered. Every bird went silent at once. And from the ballroom doors behind me, a voice, his real one, velvet over steel.
Sienna.
I looked up. Damien stood at the top of the garden steps, champagne flute in hand, face perfectly calm. His eyes were gold. Lacey vanished. I want it noted for the record. The woman who begged me for help evaporated like steam, leaving me alone in a fairy-lit garden with a jealous apex predator in black tie. Damien descended the steps, slowly. Behind him, the party glittered on, oblivious. His thoughts arrived before he did, and they were not calm at all.
I like you. She said I like you. To the woman who poisoned me. In the dark, in the garden, in that dress. Is my wife being seduced by my would-be assassin? Is this happening? Is this my life? This can't be happening.
Honey, I said brightly, great toast. Very moving. The part about integrity.
What?
He said,
Are you doing out here?
networking.
With Lacey Monroe,
His voice could have frosted the champagne.
who drugged me.
Funny story.
You told her you'd leave me.
The gold in his eyes flared, and underneath the controlled fury, his thoughts cracked open, raw.
First the divorce papers, now this. She's leaving and I can't even be angry. I have no right. I gave her 2 years of closed doors, but not for her, not for the woman who—
She's cursed. He blinked. Which contract? Brooklyn Bar. Narrative service agreement. It's a whole predatory gig economies thing. She has to act out homewrecker scenes or she gets struck by lightning. Actual lighting, Damien. It was honestly a little cathartic. Marcus found out about her contract and blackmailed her into dosing your coffee. She's a victim with great line delivery. I was playing you, so she could finish her scenes and get out of our lives forever. Silence above us, the fairy lights buzzed.
Witches.
He finally thought, with the wariness of a man adding a line item to a long list.
Of course. Marcus always did like using other people's hands. Wait. Our lives?
He'd caught it. Of course he'd caught it. The man could hear a heartbeat across a ballroom. Slip of the tongue, I said. He stepped closer.
You said our lives.
The garden suddenly felt very small.
You carry divorce papers in your bag, Sienna. 3 weeks now. The folder's worn at the corner from how often you take it out. But you don't sign it. You came to my office in your most dangerous skirt. You sat with the wolf. You're out here doing favors for cursed strangers to protect a marriage you claim you want to end. Say it.
His mind begged, even as his face stayed composed.
Please. I've been reading every signal, and I can't trust my own hope anymore. Just say it out loud.
And I almost did. The words were right there. Then a cheerful voice shattered the garden.
Mrs. Blackwood! There you are. I've been looking everywhere.
Kane Foster jogged down the steps, dimples blazing, holding a gift box with a ribbon on it, radiating the survival instincts of a golden retriever in traffic. Kane, I said, through a smile, this is really not...
It'll only take a second.
He thrust the box at me, beaming, directly in front of my husband.
Remember at the office party, when you'd had the wine, and you said your husband was a total did in the bedroom?
The fairy lights flickered again.
So I designed something.
Kane barreled on, a dead man narrating his own funeral.
It's from my side business. Exclusive line, very tasteful, guaranteed to wake up even the coldest husband. And if this doesn't work, I've got spicier.
He finally registered the 6'3" silence beside me, looked up, met a pair of molten gold eyes. Damien smiled. It was the single most frightening thing I had ever seen. And I had watched this man turn into a wolf.
A dud.
My husband repeated softly.
Tonight, we're settling this.
Kane fled, smart man. Wrong continent, but smart man. Which left me alone in the garden, holding a ribbon box of incriminating lingerie, with a husband whose composure was a paper screen over a forest fire. Damien, I began. Context is important.
You told your coworker.
He said, taking the box from my hands and setting it on a stone bench, with unsettling gentleness.
That I'm a dud.
I'd had wine, it was months ago, and in my defense, you hadn't touched me in 2 years. What was I supposed to tell people? That my husband is a perfect gentleman, with the self-control of a marble saint? Nobody believes that, Damien. It's not a real personality.
A dud.
Eyes never leaving mine, and his thoughts had gone from thunder to something darker and warmer.
2 years of cold showers. 2 years of sleeping one wall away, listening to her heartbeat through the drywall like a lovesick teenager. And she thinks...
Wait, you can hear my heartbeat through the... He went very still.
What did you say?
Oh, no. He stepped closer.
What did you just say, Sienna?
Head tilting. That wolf tilt.
I didn't say that out loud.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You implied it. I tried. With your face. You have a very loud face.
I have the least loud face on the Eastern Suborda. It's my entire brand.
His eyes narrowed. I watched the deduction assemble itself behind them with terrifying speed. The same mind that ate hostile takeovers for breakfast.
The office? She answered things I never said. The garden just now. She reacted before I spoke. She looks at me when I think about her. Every single time for the past 3 days, since she fell into my arms.
Damien?
Can you hear me right now?
His mouth hadn't moved. We stared at each other in the fairy-lit dark, and his heart, I could see it in his throat, was pounding.
Yes.
I whispered. The fortress of his face came down all at once. Not anger, not the horror I braced for. Something almost unbearable. Wonder.
Do you know what that means? Sienna, do you know what it means when a human starts hearing a wolf's mind?
That your security clearance situation is a disaster?
It's the bond.
He took my face in both hands, careful, reverent, like I was made of something that might dissolve.
The mate bond. It only opens in one direction, first, from the wolf to his fated mate. I thought.
A disbelieving laugh broke out of him.
2 years I thought the marriage was a cage. I trapped you in. An arrangement. I never let myself check, never let myself hope. Because if I courted you, and you ran.
They always run. I quoted softly.
You heard that too.
His thumbs brushed my cheekbones.
She heard everything. The poetry about her collarbone. Oh God. The collarbone poetry.
It was a good poem, I said. Strong imagery.
I'm gonna throw myself off the trellis.
You're going to do no such thing. I grabbed his lapels. You're going to explain why, if I'm your fated cosmic destiny wife, you spent 2 years treating me like I was radioactive. Because I've heard your thoughts? Damian Blackwood, I know what you wanted. So why? The wonder in his face flickered. Guilt moved in behind it, old and worn, like furniture he'd lived with a long time.
Because of the contract.
He said quietly,
Sienna, haven't you ever read our prenup, all of it? Clause 47.
Nobody reads Clause 47 of anything.
Your side added it. Before the wedding.
I assumed you knew. I assumed it was yours.
Clause 47. At the bride's request.
The garden tilted. I said slowly, Damian, I never requested that. His face went white. And then, both of us, the same heartbeat. The same dawning horror. We said one name together. Marcus. We read Clause 47 in his study at 1 in the morning. Both of us still in formal wear, the prenup spread across his desk like a crime scene. There it was, page 31. Cold legal language dressed as my wish, without physical intimacy, in perpetuity, at the bride's request, initialed by the lawyers. 100-page document during a chaotic week of merger negotiations and wedding planning. When both families had teams of attorneys passing drafts like hot potatoes.
Marcus handled the final consolidation of documents.
Damian said, his voice was flat in the way that meant the wolf was very close to the surface.
As family counsel, he stood at our wedding, Sienna. He toasted us.
I thought about it, really thought about it. And the whole rotten architecture came into view. He couldn't stop the marriage, I said slowly. The merger was too valuable, the families wanted it. So he made sure it would fail. A bonded wolf is stronger. You told me that, in the office. In the wolf mind, the images. A wolf with a mate, with a pack, is untouchable. So he kept you alone. He kept us, my throat closed.
One wall apart. For 2 years.
2 years of him recoiling from my touch, not revulsion. Honor. The man had fangs and claws and a 900-year bloodline. And he'd flinched away from his own wife because he believed a contract clause was my boundary. And he would have rather lost me entirely than cross it. And then the tabloids. The headlines were very specific.
Fabricated. All of it. I had legal traced the source last year, shell companies.
He pulled up a folder, turned the screen toward me. The trail of payments ended at a familiar name.
He couldn't make me cheat, so he printed it. He needed you to file. The bond severs clearly if the human walks away of her own will. No bond, no claim. And a divorced, scandal-soaked, unbonded alpha loses the family vote. And when the divorce was taking too long, he moved to the endgame. The Wolfsbane forced me to turn at the shareholder meeting under the full moon in front of 200 cameras.
Which is tomorrow night.
Which is tomorrow night.
Which is tomorrow night.
Which is tomorrow night.
The clock ticked. Somewhere below us, Manhattan glittered, full of people who didn't know that the city's most boring marriage was actually a 2-year siege. Okay, I said, and stood up and started pacing, because that is what my mother does when she is about to ruin someone's life, and I am her daughter. He's built everything on 3 pillars. The clause, we just found it, that's evidence of fraud. The tabloids, you've got the payment trail, and the public shift. I stopped. He'll dose you again. He has to. He can't count on the full moon alone, can he?
No. I have decades of control. He needs the Wolfsbane.
Damian's eyes lifted to mine, gold flickering at the edges, and his thoughts came through, no longer hidden, offered up freely now like an open palm.
She's pacing my study at 1 a.m., planning a counter coup in a ball gown. I have never wanted anyone so much in my entire life.
Focus, I said, my face on fire.
I'm extremely focused.
I continued. Lacey, he blackmailed her once, he'll use her again. But she owes me 2 more scenes and her soul, and she'd flip on him for a sandwich. Kane, I paused. Kane has cameras in everything. We need eyes on the catering line tomorrow.
You want to run a counterintelligence operation
My husband said slowly.
using a cursed homewrecker and a lingerie analyst.
I want to win, Damien. He lifted my hand and pressed his lips to my knuckles. The first kiss of our entire marriage. 2 years late, soft as a vow.
My mate, my Luna. Tomorrow we take back the company, but Sienna, about Clause 47.
Yes?
I'm having it strucken.
The morning of the full moon, my war council convened in the penthouse kitchen. One alpha werewolf making espresso, one cursed homewrecker eating all our croissants, one lingerie analyst with a pelican case of surveillance gear, and me, the only unemployed mind reader in the room.
Okay, so first,
Kane said, raising a hand.
am I forgiven? Because the Antarctica memo was on my desk this morning, and I just want to say I checked. We don't have an office in...
We will.
Said Damien, without turning around.
He's forgiven,
I said.
provisionally. Kane, the cameras.
Right.
He popped the case.
Button cams, pen cams, one camera that looks like a croissant. Lazy, that's a camera.
Lacey put it down, chewing slowly.
The catering kitchen is covered.
Kane went on.
If anyone goes near Mr. Blackwood's water glass tonight, we'll have it in 4K.
And Marcus contacted me at 6 a.m. Burner number, wants me on the waitstaff again. Same vial, double the dose, it's in my coat.
She slid a small dark bottle across the marble.
He also itemized my blackmail, which, rude. So yes, I'm flipping. I'd flip for free. I'd flip for these croissants.
Damien picked up the vial and his nostrils flared.
Wolf's beige, silver nitrate, and something else. Stronger. He's not trying to embarrass me anymore. A dose like this could kill.
His thoughts went Arctic, out loud mildly.
Lacey, you'll wear a wire.
Sir, I'm cursed, not stupid. I've been wearing a wire. I record everything since the Brooklyn bar incident. I have Marcus on tape from the first dosing.
Make him drink it before the board meeting or your contract details go public.
Time stashed.
The kitchen went quiet. Damien looked at me. I looked at him.
We have him.
His mind said, we have him. I said out loud, and Kane glanced between us, deeply unsettled.
They do that.
Lacey told him.
Married telepathy. Don't think about anything embarrassing.
Why would you say that? Now it's all I can...
Okay. I said,
Tonight, the shareholder meeting starts at 8. Moonrise is 8:40. Lacey takes the vial assignment,
Dumps it, swaps in colored water, and stays wired.
Kane runs cameras. Marcus thinks his plan is live, so he'll have prepared his big moment, the moment he's planning to expose, a transformed wolf to 200 witnesses.
Except there'll be no wolf.
Kane said.
Oh no,
I said,
there'll be a wolf.
Everyone looked at me, including my husband, whose eyebrows did a thing I'd never seen before.
Marcus's whole play depends on the world finding out what Damien is against his will.
Exposure as a weapon. But weapons only work if you're afraid of them.
I turned to Damien.
What happens under pack law if a wolf reveals himself? Freely. On his own terms?
Then it isn't exposure.
Came his thought, slow and stunned, gears turning.
It's a claiming. Territory declared in the open. It hasn't been done in a century.
The old families would have to acknowledge it, and Marcus's leverage turns to ash. But Sienna, the human world, the board, the cameras, there's no walking it back. Everyone will know what I am, what our children...
He stopped himself, ears actually going red.
Presumptuous. Presumptuous.
Children, plural, we'll circle back.
I said, and his blush deepened, and Lacey mouthed wow at Kane. I took my husband's hand across the marble island.
You spent your whole life hiding.
Because one person screamed.
And then you spent 2 years one wall away from me because a piece of paper told you I didn't want you.
Hiding hasn't protected you, Damien. It just made you easy to hunt. I squeezed. So tonight, we stop hiding. All of it. The wolf, the marriage, everything. Let Marcus light his match and find out. The house is already on fire.
For a long moment, he just looked at me. Then he lifted my hand and kissed it, and his thoughts arrived steady and bright as moonrise.
Forget the boardroom. I'd follow this woman into the sun. 8 o'clock,
The Alpha of Blackwood said.
wear the green dress.
The shareholder meeting smelled like money and ambition. 200 of New York's sharpest people, arranged in a glass atrium, with the full moon rising over the skyline, like a stage light somebody had cued on purpose. Marcus Blackwood worked the room in a steel grey suit, silver tie pin. Smile wide as a bear trap. When he reached us, he kissed my hand.
Sienna, radiant as ever.
His eyes flicked to Damien.
Cousin, big night. Feeling well? You look warm. He's checking for symptoms.
Damien's mind noted, even as he smiled blandly.
He thinks the dose is in me. Lacey swapped it 90 minutes ago. Steady, never better.
Damien said.
Wonderful.
Marcus checked his watch, not for the time. I realized, for the moon.
Then I'll see you on stage. I prepared a little surprise for the shareholders. A presentation about transparency and leadership.
He glided away. Across the room, Lacey, in catering black,
gave me a thumbs up with a tray of canapes. Somewhere above us, one of Kane's croissants was filming everything. At 8:30, Damien took the stage. At 8:38, Marcus made his move.
Before the vote,
Marcus said smoothly, stepping to the second microphone.
I believe the shareholders deserve the whole truth about this company's leadership.
He clicked a remote. The screen behind them bloomed with grainy security footage. A destroyed office, a blurred dark shape, a shattered desk.
3 nights ago, in the CEO's office, I have enhanced footage, I have testimony. The man asking for your votes tonight has been hiding something from every person in this room. And I suspect...
He glanced at his watch again, at the moon swelling over the sky, waiting for a transformation that wasn't coming.
The truth is about to make itself very visible.
Murmurs, cameras rising. 200 faces turning to my husband, waiting for him to deny it. Damien looked out at them, then he found me in the front row.
Last chance to run?
He thought at me, with a smile in it. They always run. I mouthed back and shook my head, and sat down deliberately in my chair like a woman settling in for her favorite show.
Marcus is right.
Damien said. The room went dead silent.
I have been hiding something. From my shareholders, from my city, from my own wife, for 2 years. Because I was taught that what I am is a thing to be ashamed of. My cousin is counting on that shame tonight.
He unbuttoned his cuffs, calm as a man at his own kitchen table.
He drugged my coffee 3 days ago to force this truth out of me on his schedule. We have the footage, the chemist report, and a recording of him arranging a second lethal dose for tonight. My attorneys are handling copies to the SEC and the board. As I speak, you'll find it riveting.
Marcus's smile died. At the back of the room, 2 security officers quietly repositioned themselves by the exits. Lacey waggled her phone at him cheerfully.
But he's right about one thing.
Damien continued.
You deserve transparency and leadership. So here it is, freely given, on my terms.
He looked up at the full moon through the glass.
My family has guarded this city's harbors.
Since before it had streetlights.
We've signed its charters, funded its hospitals, kept certain things out of its nights that you've never had to learn the names of. We are wolves.
Said Damien Blackwood, Alpha of Manhattan, to 200 shareholders and every camera in New York.
We always have been.
And then my husband, in a bespoke suit, on a Bloomberg televised stage, let his eyes turn gold. The atrium detonated. Gasps, flashes, a champagne glass shattering.
I knew it!
One elderly board member saying loudly to no one. Marcus stood frozen at his microphone, watching a century of leverage evaporate. His weapon detonated by its own target. Damien raised one hand, and the room, impossibly, hushed.
The vote is still on the agenda, but first, my cousin appears to need an escort out. Gentlemen?
As security closed in, Marcus wrenched free, and his composure finally cracked into something ugly. He spun toward the front row, toward me.
You think this saves you?
He slurped.
The old families will never accept a human Luna!
A bolt of lightning hit him through the open skylight. The entire room turned to stare at Lacey, who lowered her canapé tray and shrugged. That one wasn't me. Sometimes the universe just gets it. They led Marcus out, smoking gently, alive, lawyered, and finished. The vote, held 40 minutes late in a state of collective shock, came back 91% in Damien's favor, which proved what I'd always suspected about shareholders. They can forgive anything that makes the stock go up, and our CEO is an immortal blood-lied guardian wolf, had sent it up 11 points in after-hours trading. I found my mother by the bar, watching the chaos with deep satisfaction. Mom, you're taking this well.
Sweetheart,
She sipped her martini.
Your great-grandmother used to leave a saucer of milk out for the harbor wolves every new moon. Did you think I picked your husband off a spreadsheet?
She patted my cheek.
Strong bloodline, excellent bones. Grandchildren by spring.
Mom! I escaped to the terrace where the man of the hour stood alone in the moonlight. Jacket gone, sleeves rolled, the city glittering below him like spilled treasure. He didn't turn around. He didn't need to.
Vanilla.
His mind said, warm.
There she is.
You did it, I said, joining him at the rail. You're out. You're free. And you're tregging. Wolf Street is the #1 hashtag in 11 countries. Kane says the croissant footage is, quote, cinema.
We did it.
He turned to me. And the moonlight loved him, silvering his edges. The gold sat openly in his eyes now. No flitch, no hiding.
Sienna, there's one thing left I haven't told you.
Damien, if you have a second tail, I swear.
Wolves don't. It's one tail, and it's dignified.
He caught himself, exhaled, and took both my hands.
The bond. The reason you hear me.
His thumbs traced over my knuckles.
It opened the night.
You fell into my arms, because that was the night you walked downstairs carrying the papers.
The day you actually decided to leave.
I went still.
The bond doesn't wake on schedule. It wakes at the breaking point, when the wolf is about to lose his mate forever. It opens one last door, a final mercy, so she can hear the truth before she goes.
His voice roughened.
Every word you heard, every thought, that was the bond pleading my case, because I was too much a coward to do it myself. You were never invading my mind. Sienna, my soul was yelling for you.
The terrace blurred. I blinked hard.
And there's a second half. It's one directional only until the mate chooses. Freely, words spoken, knowing everything. If you say them, the door opens both ways. I'd hear you too, for the rest of our lives. And if you don't...
His jaw worked.
If you don't, the bond closes at the next new moon, and you go free, with my name, half of everything, and no wolf shadowing your life. I'd let you go, Sienna. It would end me, but I'd do it smiling.
The wind moved between us. Below, 11 million people went about their nights. The next new moon. How long do I have to decide? His face stayed brave. His thoughts didn't even try.
12 days. 12 days and then a lifetime of one wall between us forever. In every house I'll ever...
Because I want to make sure. I continued, stepping closer, that you understand what you'd be agreeing to. You'd hear everything, Damien. Every petty thought. Every time I think your meetings are boring, every single thing I notice about your forearms. The collarbone poetry goes both ways, and mine doesn't even rhyme.
Sienna.
His voice cracked open. Hope poured through the gap like daylight. I dragged divorce papers around for 3 weeks and couldn't sign them. I said,
I sat down next to the wolf. I ran a counter coup in a ball gown. Damien Blackwood. I chose you 2 years ago off one photograph.
And then I chose you again every single day this week, knowing everything, fangs and ferocity and claws 47 and all. I took his face in my hands, his pulse hammering under my palms. So hear me, freely spoken, I am your wife. I am your mate. I'm choosing this. I love you. The world rang like a struck bell. It wasn't sound, what opened. It was a door. I'd been living next to my entire life without knowing. And through it came 2 years, all at once. Every closed door midnight, every cold shower, every guarded glance over coffee. The whole vast, patient, ferocious architecture of his love flooding into me until I couldn't breathe. And then, arriving in my mind in his voice, the very first thought my husband ever sent to me on purpose.
Finally. Now, about that dud rumor.
He carried me home over the threshold of the penthouse like we were newlyweds, which, in every way that mattered, we were. 2 years married, 12 hours bonded, 0 walls left. I can walk, I pointed out.
I'm aware.
He didn't put me down.
2 years I watched other men hold doors for you. I'm collecting.
The bond, it turned out, was a terrible roommate and the best thing that ever happened to me. All evening it had carried traffic in both directions. His pride, ferocious and glowing. When the old family's acknowledgements started arriving at moonset, one by one. A 100-year protocol honoring the wolf who'd claimed his territory in the open. My helpless laughter when Lisi texted to announce her contract had dissolved at midnight. Apparently true mate bond consummated in honesty triggered some force Mayara clause in the witch's paperwork. Followed immediately by her asking if she could be my assistant. I mean, I already know all your secrets and I have excellent taste in scenes. I'd said yes. I'm a softie. It's documented. Kane had sent one message. A photo of his lingerie gift box on our doorstep with the caption, "No pressure, but if it works, I want a testimonial for the website." Damien had drafted and deleted 4 separate responses, each of which I heard him construct in his head, each more legally threatening than the last.
Now the penthouse was quiet. Moonlight came through the tall windows and lay across the floor in long silver bars. He set me down at last in the doorway of his bedroom, our bedroom, as of a conversation in the elevator that had consisted entirely of eye contact.
Sienna,
This man I'd married as Ernest, and I felt him gather himself.
I need to say it out loud once. Not in the bond. Out here, where it counts.
Okay.
2 years I waited because I thought a piece of paper was your wish. I'd have waited 20 more. So this only goes the speed you choose. Tonight, next month, next year, the bond doesn't get a vote. The moon doesn't get a vote. I don't get a vote. Only you. Always only you. Do you understand?
And the bond carried underneath of it the part he couldn't say. A 17-year-old learning word monster, 2 years of closed doors he thought were kindness, a man who would rather hold himself to ash ever once make me feel small.
I reached up and undid his top button. Damien Blackwood, I have been trying to get this shirt off you since chapter 1 of our marriage. I choose tonight. I choose you. Enthusiastically, on the record, in perpetuity, and you can tell the lawyers I said so. The laugh that broke out of him was nothing like the boardroom. It was young and unguarded and mine. He kissed me, really kissed me. The first true kiss of our marriage. Two years and 1 revolution late. And the bond lit up like the skyline. Both directions, no walls. His joy and mine ringing against each other until I couldn't tell whose was whose.
I love you,
And thought again, the words overlapping like echoes.
my wife, my mate, my Luna.
Much later, much later, I lay listening to the heartbeat I'd once been separated from by a wall of drywall and a fraudulent clause. His fingers tracing lozy lines along my shoulder, the moon setting somewhere over the harbor his family had guarded for 300 years. For the record, the rumor is dead. I'm issuing a formal retraction. Front page.
300 rounds?
Don't push it! His chest rumbled under my cheek with quiet laughter, and through the open door of the bond, soft as a vow, came the last thought I heard before I fell asleep in my husband's arms for the first time.
She stayed. She stayed. She stayed.